Hirana Kali Potokurshi Himoto Hiranaya Tokurani Kimaya Takali Rohotaya Vishitanya Kali Mota Shaka Hiropomati Hariamukode Ishtaya Mukupala Karanda Krusha Hirata. Is there anything that is bothering you in your life right now? Is there anything that is bothering you in your life right now? Is there anything that is disturbing you in your presence right now? Is there anything that you're wanting to see differently, to feel differently, to know differently, to experience differently? Is there anything that you are wanting to accelerate in your life right now? Is there anything that you are wanting to know as your divine self, as your true self, as your pure self, as your essential essence? What is it that you want to be doing with your life, in your life, around your life? How do you want to be living your life? How do you want to be experiencing your life? What is the feeling of your life? What is the experience of doing the things that you're doing in the world? What is the energy, the emotion, the experience that you are giving yourself now in this moment of grace? How do you want to know yourself, right? The divinity within you is the peace, is the purity, is the truth that you're looking for. The divinity within you is the purity, is the peace, is the truth that you're looking for. How are you awake in the world? How does it look when you are awake in the world? How does it look when you are awake in the world? Does the world see you as divine? Does the world see you as pure? Does the world see you as conscious? Does the world see you as loving? Does the world see you as free? Is your consciousness alive in the world? Is your consciousness walking through the world, living in the world, experiencing the world, gracefully receiving the world, giving to the world? What is the world? What is the world? What does the world look like? What does the world feel like? What does the world taste like? What is the world breathing in through you? What is the world? So does the world act like a different source of energy than our own source of energy? Does the world act like a different source of beingness than our own source of beingness? Does the world act like it is different from us? Does the world act like it is a separate entity than us? Do you think that your world is different from someone else's world? Do you think that your world is different from someone else's world? Do you think that the world that you're experiencing is not the same world that your friends are experiencing, that your neighbors are experiencing? What is the world that you are experiencing? How does it feel? How does the world light up around you? How does the world significantly change when you walk into it? What is the world? What is the world? Is the world in essence a part of you? Is the world a part of you? Does the world significantly change when you walk into it, when you feel it, when you extract energies from it? What is the world? So can we have a world that is enlightened, that is peaceful, that is free, that is loving, that is divine, that is conscious, that is awake? What does it look like to have a world that is free? What does it look like to have a world that is conscious, that is loving, that is divine? Is it possible to change the world by changing our inner being, by changing our inner self, by changing our own inner divine essence within our own divine being? So the concept of the world is merely a construct from within our own being. It's creation. What does that mean? That means we've created the world around us. We've created the energy that we're seeing. We've created the peace that we want to live in, or the non-peace that we are living in. What do you want to live in? How do you want to be living? What do you want in your world? What do you want to be experiencing in the world around you every day? How do you want to be living your life in this world? So the steps we're taking now are stepping us into the gracefulness of being in the world as ourselves in the world. Do you want to step into the world as the gracefulness of your own true self in the world? I want to be a divine being of light in the world. I want to be a divine being of truth in the world. I want to shine my divinity on everything and everyone that I see. What does that mean to you? Can we step into the world with our gifts, with our consciousness, with our grace, with our truth? Can we step into the world and give all that we've been given? Can we step into the world and receive the light that is our own grace? And then allow that light to be seen in the world around us? Can we share the divinity that we've been given? Can we share the truth within our own being? Can we share the grace that comes through us as us in the consciousness and the things we are seeing and the things we are doing and the things we are feeling? What do you want in the world? What do you want in the world? Do you want to create something in the world? A creation is what? Creation is your own grace, your own truth, your own peace, your own love, your own divinity. What do you want to create in the world? Can the world come to you as a divine, graceful being of light? Because this concept that the world is not our own is creating so much chaos and havoc. This concept that the world is not our own is creating so much energy of non-grace, of non-truth, and of non-peace. The world is our own. It's our own truth, it's our own peace, and it is our own divinity. What is your world? How is it created? How is it coming about? What creation are you giving to the world, in the world, around the world, above the world, below the world? The creation of the world is within our own being. The creation of the world is within our own being. What does that mean? Does it mean that we create the world from our own self, from our own truth, from our own divinity, from our own peace? What does that mean? Can you create a world out of your divinity, out of your truth, out of your peace, and out of your love? Can you create a world out of your inner seeking, your inner knowing, your inner truth? Can you create a world that feels different from who you are? Because if we created a world that feels different from who we are, what does that mean? What does it mean if we create a world that feels different from who we are? That outside world out there, I can't live in that world out there. I can't be in that world out there. What does it mean if the world is different from who we are? Does the world conceive of you as differently? Does the world conceive of you as free, divine, perfect, loving, filled with light? Does the world conceive of you as an energy of grace, truth, peace, and full grace? What is it? What is the world? How does it conceive of you? The truth is that the world is you and you are the world. There's no separateness. There is no separateness. So if we're seeing the world as different from us, as gracefully different, it's different from us, right? So we're seeing the world as different from us. It's going to leave us feeling awfully separate. It's going to leave us feeling awfully separate from everything in our life. Because nothing is separate from us. And if we start saying that things are separate, seeing things as separate, putting things in separate boxes and separate places, how are we going to live our life in conjunction with our own beingness, our own truth, our own peace, and our own love? How are we going to live our life in union with anything within our being if we can't conceive of the reality around us as a significant part of our own inner being, significant piece of us? What do you want? How do you want to see? How do you want to know? How do you want to be? How do you want the world to experience you? So what we're talking about here is, how do you gracefully receive yourself in the world? How do you gracefully receive yourself in the world? So we can separate ourselves from the world and say, I'm not comfortable here. I can't be here. I can't live here. I can't conjoin with others here. We could say that. But is that peacefully receiving ourselves into our own life, into our own truth, into our own grace, into our own peace? What is the world? The world is a conception of us, of our grace, of our peace, of our truth, and of our love. What is the world? How do you want to live your life? How do you want to enjoy your life? How do you want to find yourself in your life? Is it graceful? Is it kind? Is it loving? Yes. Is it graceful? Is it free? Is it open? Yes. How are we going to live our lives in the world? How are we going to live our lives in the world? Step into the world with your graceful, peaceful, divine knowingness that you are the energy of grace within everything. Everything. That means everything you see, everything you look at, everything you experience. What do you want? If I walk into the world and I have created the world that I am walking into, and I've given myself full benefit, right, of who I truly am. I've given myself full benefit of all of the grace that is inside of me. I've given myself full benefit of knowing how to do this thing, to experience this thing, right, to receive this thing. I'm walking into the world with so much like fearless energy, right? The grace of my divine self is walking into the world. Yes, and my face is lit up because I'm in joy, I'm in peace, I'm in love. I want to live in the world in grace and peace and truth and love. I want to live, so let's just, conceptually receive the idea that I want to live in the world in grace and peace and truth and love. I want to live in the world in grace and peace and truth and love. That's how I want to live in the world. I don't have to seclude myself off from the world to be in grace and peace and truth and love. I want to live in the world in grace and peace and truth and love. That's how I want to live my life in the world. That's how I want to be received. That's how I want to know everything and everyone that I see. I want to live in grace and peace and truth and love. I want to live my life in purity, perfection, right? I walk into the world with grace. I walk into the world with peace. I walk into the world with purity. I walk into the world with knowingness that I've created it. I am in it. I am walking through it. What does that mean? Can I walk through the world with grace? Can I walk through the world with truth? Can I walk through the world with pure understanding? I'm pure. That's who I am. My essence, my purity is who I am. I am pure. I'm pure, right? I'm pure. I'm pure. I'm pure. What does it mean to be pure? I'm pure. I'm pure. What does it mean to be pure? What does it mean to be pure? I am pure. Any actions that we've conceived of in the past, right? Any actions that we've conceived of in the past that we think are impure. Any actions that we think that we've done, acted upon, that are impure. How could they possibly be? You are the grace of your own being. You are the grace of your own truth. You are the grace of your own divinity. What is impure? What does it mean to be impure? The essence of your core, the essence of your truth, the essence of your divinity. It is pure. There's nothing that can conceive of you as differently than pure. Unless you have put yourself out there in a way that says, I am not. I am not that. I am not pure. How do you want to receive the world into you? How do you want to conceive of the world? How do you want to be joining with the world? How do you want the world to respond to you? How do you want the world to give to you? Does the world conceive of you as differently than who you truly are? Have you conceptually given yourself to the world as impure? And so the world responds to you as impure? Do you think that you are impure? What is it that the world is telling you? Look at your own divine heart. Look at your own divine peace. Look at your own divine truth. Deeply. 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 Where is the purity within you? Where is it? Where is the purity within you? Are you pure? You have to come to this decision now. Are you pure? You have to come to this decision now. Your work, your awakeness, your aliveness, your divinity, your understanding. It's all awake in this purity within you. Are you pure? Are you pure? Can you be pure as you walk through the world in grace and divinity and truth and peace and love? Are you pure? Where is the purity within you? Where is the grace within you? Are you pure? Is there anything that could ever take that purity away from you? Is there anything that could conceive of you differently? Is there anything that could make you abundant, gracefully receiving love, kindness, and energy? We are that energy of grace. We are that energy of truth. We are that energy of peace. It makes us receive the abundance of our nature into our being. But you have to know that the core, the essence, the truth of you is the purity of God's grace. It is the purity of God's truth. It is the purity of God's peace. You are pure. You are pure. You are pure. Become pure now. Know your purity now. Feel your purity now. I am pure. Say it to yourself. I am pure. I am pure. I am pure. I am pure. This is my divinity. This is my truth. This is my grace. This is my aloneness, right? What is my aloneness? My aloneness is awake and awareness and truth and peace and love. I am alone, only to be received into God's grace, into God's truth, and into God's divinity. I am alone, only to be accepted by the light of my own conscious self, to be delving in to the divinity of everyone and everything that I see. I am alone, only to be received into the greatness of everything there has ever been or will ever be. I am alone, only to be received into the peace, into the truth, into the energy of consciousness, which is everything, always has been, and always will be. I am received into my own grace, into my own truth, and into my own peace. Feel it. Feel that grace within you now. Receive it. You cannot walk another world than your own. It's your own world. You can't walk in another world than your own. It's your own world. How are you receiving it? How are you giving it? How are you truthfully accepting it? I am pure. That is your divinity. That is your truth. That is your peace. That is your love. I am pure. I am pure. I am pure, and I walk in the world in the light of my consciousness and my grace, and I accept everything as free inside of me, the purity, the grace, the truth that I am receiving right now in this energetic transmission. I am allowing my grace, my truth, my love, my energy to be given and to be received. I am allowing everything that is coming through me now to be energetically awakening within me, everything that is true, everything that is divine, everything that is free, the purity, the grace, the truth within me now is exploding into light consciousness, into bliss, and into truth. And everything that I see, I am exploding now into the work that I have come here to do in the world. I am exploding now into the work that I have come here to feel in the world. I am exploding now into the work that I have come here to be as I walk through the world as grace, as peace, as truth, as divinity. My purity, my grace, my truth explodes into the light of consciousness around me. Everything I'm seeing, everything I'm experiencing, everything I'm knowing, exploding into that grace of truth, into that peace. We are divine, we are free, we are conscious, we are alive. We are loving this grace within our being. We are the truth of all things I now know. that everything I do, everything I feel, everything I receive is pure. It's pure grace, it's pure truth, it's pure divinity, it's pure love. What is pure love? Divine ecstasy, essential grace within my being, expanding consciousness into the love and light and truth of my own seeing. I am love. What is love? Love is grace, love is truth. Purity resides within me as the love of God's grace. Oh my God, this is my life. This is my acceptance of everything that I'm receiving in the world. I am pure. I feel my grace. I feel my truth, touching the divine essence of everything. I am now receiving God's grace into my being. This is it. This is the moment of God's grace coming to me, through me, around me, in me, within me. I love this essence of my own truth, my own peace, my own grace, my own divinity. Feel this purity expanding, exploding, becoming, feeling, knowing you are the grace, the consciousness, and the truth. We expand into the world around us as the grace, as the truth, as the light. We expand into the world around us as the grace, as the peace, as the truth, as the light, as the purity of our own divine being. Our soul is pure. We are pure. We are feeling oh so much energy within our being, arising to become what we are already. I am pure, I am divine, I am free, alive, living, working in the world of grace, peace, truth, and divinity. I work in the world. My own understanding gives me peace, gives me grace, gives me truth, gives me divinity. I work in the world. I expand into the consciousness of all things, exploding the light into my being. I am divine. I am graceful. I am conscious. You see, I just want you to feel this grace within your being. I just want you to feel this grace expanding within you as the essence, your truth, your peace, your divinity, your essential purity. You know God's grace as the essence of who you truly are. I just want you to feel. I just want you to feel. I want you to feel your grace. I want you to feel your truth. I want you to feel your peace. I want you to feel the purity of essence that is you. You're pure, 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 pure light, pure love, pure graciousness, pure consciousness, pure peace, pure, pure, pure. Feel pure. Feel pure. Feel pure. Feel it. Feel it. Shooting waves of purity in your direction. Feel the purity within your being. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it. Hi. There it is. Shai Shai Shivakanama Sai Sai Sivakarosutaya Ya Tantishato Kalepa Sai Istakama Saso Sai Sivakanama Satakariyato Hi Shamatare Kalioto Hi Shamakaliyapato. Feel pure. Feel pure. Feel pure. Feel pure. Feel pure. Oh, Shayato Kurumata Shirakalia Pato Shetikareniata. Himatakara Yeshitokuru Shai Shai Shivakaramaso. I am feeling purity waves of grace coming through me, in me, around me, above me, below me. Essence of my own grace, my own truth, my own divinity, flowing into the grace, into the truth, into the peace of my own being. feeling pure, feeling pure, feeling pure. I know you seek you within you. You are free, you are free, you are free. So why do we walk in the world in purity, grace, peace, truth, and divinity? Why do we walk in the world in purity, grace, peace, truth, and divinity? I walk into the world in purity and grace. I walk into the world in purity and grace. I walk into the world in purity and grace. Working now. Working now, working now. My work is in the world as pure divine grace. My work is in the world as pure divine grace. My work is in the world as pure divine grace. I walk in the world with grace. That's what I'm doing. Mashtokuru. Mariata Riata Shatakuru. Niria Patana Kalia Shutukun. I walk in the world in purity and grace. I walk in the world in purity and grace. I walk in the world in purity and grace. Aniyato. Mashavakul Choto. Nehria Kalia Potashiniki. Just feel right now. Feel right now. Feel right now your own purity. Let it expand out into the world. The world that is already known by you, already felt by you, already seen by you. Let it expand out into the world. There it is. Purity expands, it extends, it knows, it receives, it feels. There it is. I am pure, I am pure, I am pure. We are now resolving any identity with anything that has said I am not pure. We are now resolving any identity with anything that has ever said I am not pure. We are now resolving anything that has ever said I am not pure. Give it away to God's light. Give it away to God's grace. Give it away to God's truth. Give it away to God's peace. There it is. You're free. You are free. Go walk in the world. Go do your light work. Go do what you need to do. What have you come here to do? What have you come here to find? What have you come here to experience? And go do it. And you're pure. You're pure now. Accept your purity. Accept your grace. Accept your truth. I am pure. I walk in the world and I do my work as a pure divine being of light. I walk in the world and I do my work as a pure divine being of light. I walk in the world and I accept myself as pure. I accept myself as pure. I accept myself as pure. And this is how the world perceives me, sees me, feels me, and knows me. I am pure. There it is. All right, that's it. You're that. We can see that, we can feel that, we can know that. I love you. I love you. I love you. This is our love that's expanding and growing into the world now. I love you. Pashto matariaka. Mero kurashatakaliya mata. Arayata. Yes. Mashitoko. Nayato kurushata kalyamatlarayata. Yaoto matakarya shatakarana. Hita iro kurushata kalyamata. Haryata rete. Otani mayata. Mata mashato. Maharyata retakareni. Nito kurushata kalyapato. There it is. There it is. There it is. Kamasiata. Meho mata. Metayata. Yeroko mata. Pesto. Hirana kalya patakurshi emoto. Hiranaya tokurani kimaya takalya tata. Nohotaya vishitanya kalya mata shakaya. Hiroko mati haryamukoti. Ishtaya mukupala kalya.
Love is all you ever need.